Soldier Field opened back in 1924 with the Bears becoming tenants in 71, and what a home field advantage it has become here in Chicago.
Today, boy, what a matchup. Two NFL franchises with so much history, so much tradition, getting set to do battle here. As it'll be the Green Bay Packers taking on the Chicago Bears.
It's a rivalry that dates back to 1921. The Packers and Bears are underway from Chicago.
That's going to be taken at the goal line, and he'll return it. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25.
First carry for Josh Jacobs. Takes it to the 26, just a 1-yard gain.
You look at this Bears defense.
This unit, they've struggled a little bit against the pass, ranked number 21 in the league.
Defending the pass has not been one of their strong suits throughout the season, but they have any hopes of making waves in January. They've got to improve in this area.
From the 25, here's 2nd and 9.
Set, hut. Blue, 32. Hut, hut.
Once again, it's Jacobs. And he's going to get about 7 yards on that one, up to around the 33.
This defense for the Bears, they were very good a week ago in that win over Minnesota.
And what I saw in film was a nearly unstoppable pass rush. 5 sacks last week, plenty of hurries given up. So now what do you do on offense? You just max protect, keep everyone in and run the ball? Or maybe just 1 or 2 receiver routes in order to try and keep your quarterback upright?
Throwing. Love. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
That's the first third down try of the game, and clearly something was off in the execution of that play. Good news, they've got a whole game left to clean that up and start clicking on those key third down throws.
So still a scoreless game in the first, but they're going to go for this thing on their own side of the field on 4th down. It's caught on the right side, Williams. And now this is going to depend on the spot. And they say he's just short. The surprising move here on the opening drive of the game. And on the opening drive of the afternoon, the defense forces a turnover on downs.
First carry for the Iowa State man, Breece Hall.
Now that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
That was well defense right there. He saw the play in front of him and able to hold the point of attack. Then he sheds him and goes and makes a tackle for a loss.
Hall again on 2nd down.
And he'll fight forward maybe to the line of scrimmage, but that's all. The 2nd down play, not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there.
Early down stuff's to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority 1.
Williams from the gun on 3rd down. That'll be caught. It's the rookie from Nebraska with it. And he will have the Bears first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Well, we always hear about the connections some quarterbacks have with certain receivers. I think this guy has a connection with just about everyone. Didn't mind throwing it in there against double coverage to him.
Shows some confidence, supreme confidence.
Big-time confidence that he would make the play for him, and he did.
On 1st and 10, it's Hall.
And he'll be taken down at the 20 after a gain of just 1.
The Bears at 14-2 heading into this final week. And they come in on the heels of yet another victory. That ran their win streak, Charles, up to 7 now.
And I think that last win, that established them and stamped them, to me, as Super Bowl frontrunners. They're playing with extreme confidence, and you need that in order to go all the way.
Ball again on second down.
And they get him behind the line, so that short gain on first down quickly negated. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up third down.
They have 3 tight ends in that formation. That's almost a universal sign that they're planning to run the football. But how about the defense there? They met force with force and caused a stack up behind the line of scrimmage and threw him for a loss. Oh, that's going to hurt a bit because they needed to come through with a completion there. Now a drive that started with great field position is facing fourth down.
And his kick is good. And it's 3-0. The Bears hit the scoreboard first. So an opening drive field goal maybe doesn't whip this crowd into a frenzy, but I think that they will take the early lead.
There's no doubt about it. They will always take the early lead, and maybe that celebration comes later if they play well and they can break things open. But right now, this is all about letting the offense just get settled in.
The Bears send the kicking team out there, and they will send this one away.
And he will make it to the 20-yard line and no further.
At their own 20-yard line.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. You know, in our research packet this week, prepping for the game, so many articles from the local beat writer about the offensive struggles of this team and what will they do this offseason. What do you think they'll do?
Well, number one, they'll turn to their self-scouting report. And every team that's any good does this. They have outside groups. Check out their team, scout them, and tell you who can play, who can't play, and reasons why. Some of it may just be health. They have to get some guys healthy and back out on the field. But overall, evaluate this squad and make the changes that you need to.
Open man, he's got his tight end, Elijah Arroyo.
First catch for him. It's good for a dozen and a first down.
For a tight end, he's got good straight line speed, and on that route, he's often the guy that gets overlooked. Nice job there of finding him in stride for really good yardage.
Love looking to throw it. He's got it to Williams. So 8 yards on the completion there, and it'll be second and a couple. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw a short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break the tackle and turn it into a bigger game. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
You look at this Bears defense.
This unit, they've struggled a little bit against the pass, ranked number 21 in the league.
And even though that's not the greatest ranking in the world, one thing you can say, they get after the quarterback. They're in the top 10 in the league in sacks.
Quick throw there is incomplete.
That makes them now 0 for 2 here in the first quarter on third down conversions.
And now they look to their defense because they need them to step up so they don't fall further behind here in the early going.
And how about this one now? In their own territory, a gutsy call. They're going to go for this on 4th and a yard.
Blue 32.
They're indeed going for it as they look to throw. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And the Bears are going to get the football back, and they're going to get it in great field position.
Throwing is Williams. He's got the Michigan man, Colston Loveland.
And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. Heck of a start, a 30-yard pickup on their first play from scrimmage.
First and 10 at the 17-yard line.
Off the play fake, it's Williams.
Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got second and third down to fall back on.
Straight ahead is Hall.
And they'll lose yardage here. Knocked back to the 19-yard line. 2 yards the loss, and now 3rd and 12.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
To the air, Williams.
To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
I thought that was a completed pass until he came in and forced the ball from his hands. Not only did he make a nice play, he brings up 4th down.
And this one is right through. And that will make it 6-0. So scores on their first 2 possessions, but 6-0, so field goals probably not what they were hoping for.
Man, you're exactly right about that. Not what they were hoping for, but they should be happy that they have points on the board. It almost feels like that old slow and steady wins the race, doesn't it? In this case, though, they want to be slow and steady now, but get explosive later and put the points up on the board.
And he is out of bounds as they'll start up past the 30.
First and 10 at their own 33-yard line.
Ready?
About set to get this drive started. The Green Bay offense at the line.
Well, they're coming off a 4th down gamble that last drive that backfired, CD, but really not as badly as it could. Their defense held up and only gave up 3 points.
And what they wanted to do is pull off the momentum the defense gave them. Only giving up the 3 points in that situation after they failed on 4th down. Now they want to make it pay off. They want to pay homage to the defense and have their own drive pay off in points for themselves.
Here we go. Right, 95.
Love. Over the middle, complete. It's Jacobs. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. 6-0 our score after 1.
It's a gain of 20.
The Packers with the football here to begin the second quarter, as they've got it with a 1st and 10.
Come on, set. Ready.
Love now. Looking middle, and that's complete. And he's taken down inside the 30. 17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling.
It's a gain of 17 yards.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
Set. Ready.
Running straight ahead is Jacobs. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the 1st down run. He gets maybe 3.
And that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
Red, cycle. Hut.
To pass, here's Jordan Love. And incomplete on the deep ball.
And that's where you're counting on a receiver's size being an advantage. They were hoping he could go up the top of a smaller DB and haul that one in. A good thought, but that time it didn't work out.
So after the 2nd down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6.
25. White. Set.
Out of the shotgun, it's Love. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he is going to have a Packers 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
What a drive this has been, just chewing up the yardage. And here's one of their best plays yet as they finally get down into the red zone and look to finish this off with 6.
Striker. 3-3.
Now 1st and 10 at the 11.
Here we go. Here we go. Yellow. 22. Set.
Back to the running game with Jacobs. And he stopped immediately there. Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Well, they didn't get a whole lot out of that one, but I think you got to continue to try and run and try and keep the defense honest.
You mean, or also just sit back, dare you to throw it on every down?
Yeah, you get your quarterback hit a lot that way, too.
Now Love. And it's a Packers touchdown. A great play there. His 11th touchdown on the year.
And the Packers are an extra point away from capturing the lead.
On this play, he just made a great route. The quarterback had to deliver it, sure, but a great route run there.
And, Brandon, this is what the best receivers do. They work on their route running because it's one thing to have athletic ability, but to really get open, you have to set up defensive backs with different routes and be precise in your cuts.
Point after, up and good. And they take the lead here at 7-6. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
And he'll get it up just past the 20 as his guys will go to work at the 21-yard line.
21-yard line.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense.
And if you just look at this game, Charles, on paper, they've got the edge, no doubt. They're hanging around the top of the NFC. On the other side, you got a squad that's towards the bottom of the NFC. But when we mentioned that to the coaches, they were having no part of it.
Yeah, and I like how you said when we mentioned it. In fact, I mentioned it, and I upset them a little bit, didn't I? Because they wanted no part of that one, and I was reminded, like a 5-year-old, this is the NFL. Any given Sunday, anything can happen. They are guarding against the upset.
And this is incomplete. Oh, it looked like he had a pretty good line on that one. That would have been a big play, but he could not pull it in.
And this was a little bit of the knock on him coming out of college. Sometimes the concentration could wander a bit. This should have been a big play, but somehow he's not able to corral it.
He's got his target. That's complete. And he will have the Bears first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
I don't care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. First down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
A good pickup there, 26 yards.
Bears, first down. First and 10 at the 24.
Working out of the gun, Williams. A pass complete to Odunze.
And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. Another first down as they call his number again. He's got 15 yards here.
Bears, first down. First and goal at the 9-yard line.
Now they'll change things up. On play action, here's Williams.
And it's caught. That's good for a gain of 6, second and goal.
Nice rhythm throw there on first down. He located his tight end, made a nice easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he could break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage. Three red zone trips have yielded just 2 field goals for them to this point, so they'll be searching for something more on second and goal here. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Bears. Cole Kmet, his first touchdown on the year.
And the Bears are once again back in front.
Extra point right down the middle. And that'll make this a 6-point game.
13. Packers 7.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Nifty move.
And he won't quite make it to the 25.
At their own 24-yard line.
Got it.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway.
This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
To throw now. Here's Love. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Well, they approached this drive with a lot of confidence after their last one ended up as a touchdown. But incompletions on their first 2 throws has them huddling up and trying to figure out a big play here on 3rd down to get their momentum going again.
Ready. Yellow, 43.
And they'll send the tight end in motion here. Here's Love. And that will be incomplete. Fair to say, hasn't been his best game throwing the football, but also not getting a lot of help out there either.
Yeah, you nailed it pretty well, you know. He's got to throw it better, got to get more help. Obviously one that should have been caught. They got to find a way to bring those 2 elements together so they can make some progress in this one.
And always shots a tackle. Now he's got some space. That'll be a 43-yard punt, but a net of just 33 following a 10-yard return. And the Bears take over. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive.
A long drive last time out for this offense, Charles. If you remember, they started basically in the shadows of their own end zone, marched it down the field, and a lot of that was through the passing game.
And partner, as a former defensive back, I'm having almost a physical reaction watching what's happening right now. But let's give credit where it's due because they've done an excellent job moving the ball through the air. Secondary getting picked apart pass by pass. Obviously, they need to make some adjustments there on the back end.
And because offensively, we know that they're not going to be shy about throwing that football.
And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him.
It's another 1st down as they bite off 23 more on that one.
First and 10 at the 14-yard line.
Hall want to give up the middle.
And he'll fight his way down right around the 12.
2nd down and 8. Here's Williams.
And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really.
So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves him staring up here at a 3rd and 8. Man, and he hits him in stride. And he'll be tackled after a gain of 4. Still 3 yards short. 4th down.
It's 4th down.
And his kick is good. And now it's a 2-score game at 9, 16-7. So he's been a busy man here in this first half. That's 3 field goals for him now.
And not just 3 field goals, but 3 for 3. So even though the offense has struggled a bit putting it in the end zone, they've still been able to come away with points due to his leg.
And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone.
And he'll be out of bounds across the 25.
First and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
About set to get this drive started. The Green Bay offense at the line.
And Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
2nd down and a yard.
45, right. Ready?
Play action this time with Love. He's going to wind up and air it out. And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
And they're not going to go quietly into this halftime break. They know they're in for a fight, so they're trying to make every possession count. They took the big shot there, but it winds up incomplete.
Love from the gun on third down. That is incomplete.
I'll tell you what, these last couple of drives, much better from a defensive perspective. They gave up a touchdown on the opening drive, and then after forcing a punt on their last possession, it looks like they're going to get the football back again.
Here we go. Right. Red 38.
On fourth down, Love. Pass to the sideline and pulled in. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. They've been burned twice already on fourth down, but the third time's the charm as they keep the drive moving. A 1st and 10 here, and you know, if they could just get 3 out of this, something about whittling it to a one-score game at half that might provide a psychological boost. Going back to Love. This is caught by Williams. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go before halftime.
But there wasn't much there with that hitch route. They didn't gain what they expected. But sometimes when you call a hitch, you really don't have an alternate to go to. You don't have a second route to throw it to. So sometimes you have to rifle in there and hope for the best.
Passing down here, 5 receivers on the field as they look at a 2nd and 8.
Ready.
Throwing. Love. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. There he goes, right side. And they will score. Pick 6 for a Bears touchdown. No going for 2. They'll kick the point after. Extra point splits the uprights, and that could be important as that makes this a 16-point lead. The Bears send the kicking team out there, and they will send this one away. Well, a dangerous return man showing it here. And he goes out of bounds after a solid return to the 45.
Now that's the kind of return you're looking for. To get to that spot on the field, that allows you to do a lot of things on offense.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway.
Here we go.
And with decent starting field position, there may be only a couple completions away from field goal range. Now the Packers going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in this first half.
At their 48-yard line.
They'll empty out the backfield. Coming up here with 5 receivers in the formation on 2nd and 6.
Blue 32. Ready.
That's to Golden. He's got it right side. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. They'll go empty backfield now on 3rd and a yard.
Let's go. 62 blue. Green jack. 6. Mega. 10.
Love from the gun. That is caught. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. On the left hash, officially it's called a 51-yard attempt. And his kick is absolutely perfect. And that'll do it for the end of the second quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports.
Set to resume. Here we go with the second half. The Bears holding the lead and ready to receive the kick.
And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped it to 23-yard line.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense.
Hey, Charles, they've got the lead. Put your coaching hat on here now. What's the game plan for the second half?
I think getting the running game going a little bit more, because I thought in the first half they didn't get it moving the way that they would like. They had success throwing it, but I think these first couple of drives, they'll want to get those running backs going and give them more opportunities, and I will guarantee you that those guys are lobbying for them in the locker room at halftime.
And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. 2 catches in the first half. Now he's got a third here, and it's good for a first.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the third quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try to put the hammer down and finish this one off.
Rashawn Gary, the man to bring him down. These two teams hooking up for the second time this year. They first met back in October, Week 7. And it was the Bears getting the road victory, so they'll look now to take the season series here at Soldier Field.
And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher third down looming.
And plays like that are exactly what this defense needs here early in the second half to give it a little spark. I think their halftime adjustment, what they talked about, maybe it's just a little inspirational speech. Who knows? But looks like they're ready to go.
They'll come up now 3rd and 9. From the gun, here's Williams. Able to find the open man. That's complete.
Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. A gain of 22. Whatever the discussions were at halftime to try to slow down this offense, it has not worked to this point.
Yeah, I have a vision right now of everything that was discussed at the half just being torn in shreds or being erased off of the Microsoft Surface tablets, because none of it is working. They are really locked in on offense.
3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
What is up?
Looking to throw is Williams.
Complete. This is Mitchell. Touchdown, Chicago.
Adnan Mitchell,
30 yards. As his guys are able to push that lead out a bit further.
Williams going to throw for it.
That drive that really increased their cushion felt very military to me. Very precise, methodical. That's one of the words you've taught me. And they just got it done.
And slowly but surely now starting to pull away a little bit. Things looking good for them here in the third quarter.
Not only pulling away, but you mentioned that slowly but surely. You also drain clock, too, with a drive like that. So you really give yourself an advantage.
About set to get this drive started. The Green Bay offense at the line.
Here we go. Ready.
They'll begin on the ground with Jacobs. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
I think it's pretty evident. We can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. Calling no gain on the run there, and now they'll be looking at a 3rd down.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Love looking to throw it.
He's got his receiver. It's Golden. Now he breaks free in the middle of the field.
And he will get this into the end zone. Touchdown, Green Bay.
Matthew Golden.
82 yards. pass. And the Packers get a bit closer. Extra point safely through. And the lead will be cut down to 14.
Packers 17.
So the Packer kickoff team set to go as they will kick this one away. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22.
At their own 22-yard line.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. Their lead down from 21 to 14, but still sitting at a great spot, up 2 scores here in the third quarter. And this nearly an interception, but it's incomplete. Well, a turnover really would have helped them there, but not to be.
And that could have been the lifeline they needed. This is a play that could have been made. Instead, it's just going to fall incomplete.
That's out to the left, flat and complete. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. A gain there of 21 yards. So another on-target throw, and that last one, Charles, going to put him up over 5,000 yards passing out for the season, and that is not an insignificant number.
Indeed it is not, because this is not a big list, and most of the guys on it, Drew Brees, Peyton Manning, Tom Brady, Dan Marino, they either are or will be Hall of Famers.
So into Packer territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 30-yard line. To the air, Williams. Oh, that is incomplete.
I certainly like the idea. You're down on their side of the field. Get your big play guy involved. That time, they put one up for him to see if he can pull it down in the end zone, but the coverage was good, and it winds up incomplete.
They'll fake the give. Now Williams. Rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted.
And now off to the races, down the right side. And into the end zone. It's a pick 6 and a Packer touchdown.
So that potentially a turning point here this third quarter. A 2-score lead down to 1 now following the pick 6.
And that had to be the message at halftime for this defense, delivered and accepted. We need to go out there and make something happen.
Point after, right down the middle. And that'll cut the lead down to a touchdown. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air.
And taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line.
At their own 21-yard line.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense.
Still enjoying the lead here in the third quarter despite their defense giving up that last touchdown. Now they'll see if they can get the equalizer.
And that's caught inside the 30. And he takes it down deep into Green Bay territory. A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone.
That's good for a Bears first down. 1st and 10 at the 16.
Throwing is Williams.
To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Not sure what happened there, but he just didn't get the right read on the coverage that time. Pass wasn't where it needed to be, and that'll send them back to the drawing board.
Man, I just love being in this stadium. So much history, tradition, so many great teams and games, and we're seeing a pretty good one right now. Hotly contested in the third quarter.
This is caught. And he takes this one in for a Bears touchdown. A 16-yard touchdown.
And the Bears go up by 2 touchdowns. Extra point right down the middle. And the lead now up to 14. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one. It's through the back of the end zone for a touchback.
35-yard line.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. The last time out, they had to march almost the full length of the field for their touchdown. So here, much easier, Charles, with this better starting field position.
I love your sarcasm, but I love even more your observation because, look, what they did last time out, now with a shorter field, they should have a lot of confidence that they're going to put more points up on the board.
First and 10 at the 43-yard line.
Here's Jacobs on 1st and 10. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the third quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe they'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
Here now, 2nd and 4.
Here we go. Here we go. Ultra. 45. Wide.
They'll stay on the ground with Jacobs. Just a couple on the pickup there, and now it's 3rd down.
Well, it's not time to get them established, but in my estimation, they've got to pick up the urgency here. They've got to get quickly in and out of the huddle and run off a bunch more plays.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
Come on, set.
To pass, here's Jordan Love. He's going to let this go for the end zone. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
Zone coverage there, and they were playing deep. That makes it obviously a little bit harder to run by guys. And that time, there's not much of a window to get the ball in there, and it winds up incomplete.
Still just the third quarter, but they've got to make something happen. I think they know that. They're going for it on 4th.
50, green. Ready?
Love now. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Packers unable to pick up the first. And it'll be a turnover on downs. They'll start on the ground. Hall. And some nifty running here as he'll take this across midfield and down to the 47. 1 quarter remains here as the regular season starts to wind down. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. On 1st down, right back to Hall. And good work there in open space. And he's got this all the way down now to the 32. 69 yards rushing for him now in this one as he is closing in on 1,800 yards for the year.
1st and 10 at the 32-yard line.
A give running right is Hall. And after the good gain last play, this time they say, as he's going to be stopped behind the line of scrimmage. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the 4th quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz just trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10.
1st and 10 at the 16-yard line.
To throw, it's Williams. And it's intercepted at the goal line. And the Packers are right back in this football game.
That is the play they needed in a two-score game here in the fourth quarter.
No doubt about it. They did what they had to do to give themselves a chance to get back into the game. They turned it over to the offense. They are now in charge.
Now they need to execute. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down. Again from the 20 after the incompletion. Here's 2nd and 10. Now Love. Over the middle, he's got Golden. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give him that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
And they'll send the slot in motion left. Flag comes in. This might be a free play. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on 3rd down. And the penalty makes this a much more manageable 3rd down, 3rd and 2.
Ready?
Out of the shotgun, it's Love. He's got his running back out of the backfield. And he's going to have a Packers first down. It's a gain of 6 that time on 3rd and 2. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
And the Packers first down.
To the air again, Love. Same target, it's Jacobs again. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. They call it a gain of 19, and it moves the chains.
Well, they certainly had their share of troubles running the football in this one, but this play is almost an extension of the running game right here. They set up the screen, let him work out in space on the perimeter, and he turns it into a big pickup.
Love. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Give it big credit for his coverage right there, because when he saw the route break deep, he stayed in position to prevent a completion while avoiding any risk of a flag.
Ready. 60 reps. 6 seconds.
Here's Love. That went out wide and intercepted. Past the 20. And they will score a pick 6 for a Bears touchdown. Extra point attempt to follow here. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns and 21 points.
The score, Bears 45, Packers 24.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23.
At their own 23-yard line.
Okay, right?
About set to get this drive started. The Green Bay offense at the line. We certainly had a sense coming in here that these guys were in for a tough one on the road. That has been how this ball game has played out. They trail big as we continue on now here in this fourth quarter. Here's a 2nd and 8.
Let's go.
To throw now. Here's Love. That's taken in by Arroyo. And he's out of bounds, able to take this one up to the 35. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
It's a gain of 10.
Looking to throw. Love. On the throw, led him too much that time. It's incomplete. At this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense are just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them because, just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. But they've blanketed the field the entire game using a variety of coverages.
Working out of the gun. Love. And he drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here. I think this is what this game's become now. Just go deep, see if we can get something to go our way.
Yeah, not the most creative or most inventive play call there, but not much has worked for them throughout this game. They're almost at a loss about what to dial up.
He's going to air one out. And unable to connect. Incomplete. And give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up fourth down. And they're indeed going to go for it here on fourth down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And he's going to be intercepted a third time. And they will score a pick six for a Bears touchdown. Extra point attempt to come here. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead.
52, Packers 24.
So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And that'll be a little too hot to handle as it will skip through the end zone for a touchback here.
Ready, break.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway.
Ready.
And you can sort of sense their dejection. That last pick six put the icing on the cake, so to speak, in what has been a rough go for them.
And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
I've got a good friend in football who always talks about predictive history. He's got one of their 2 touchdowns. You can understand why they tried to find him again. Weren't able to connect, but the thought, that was good.
Now a 2nd and 10.
Set, hut. Blue, 32. Set,
Back to throw. Love. And he'll go down. The Bears get there for the sack. Montez Sweat. It'll go as a loss of about 8 as he gets in there to drop him. The Packers on third down. They're right at about the league average, 40%, 4 for 10. This will be a tough 3rd and 18. And this one incomplete. And another throw that really could have been, maybe should have been intercepted. That would have been number 4. Instead, it's 4th down.
Black Ultra. Black, 95. Claws red. Six, Mega. Ready.
Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And that is incomplete. The Packers unable to pick up the first. And that will force a turnover on downs. A handoff for Hall. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
When people talk about plays being blown up, that's exactly what they're talking about. That's Exhibit A for physical play.
Hall again on 2nd down.
Only a yard of the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. Here's Hall again. And he is going to lose yardage here. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness. He's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
And this will split the uprights. It's right down the middle.
So the starting field position was terrific following the surprising turnover on downs, but the end result, only 3 points.
Simply stated, I think you have to look at that as a missed opportunity.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Here we go on the return from the 1-yard line. Oh, some strong running. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
At their own 26-yard line.
About set to get this drive started. The Green Bay offense at the line.
Here's cut.
Throwing. Love. Now they go screen. It's complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Successful start to the drive, 17 yards, and moves the sticks. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10.
Here we go.
Jacobs going to try the middle. And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
Now, Brandon, that's the way you want to run the football. There should almost be quote bubbles above the offense right now. Bam, boom, biff. That's how they feel good about moving the football.
60 red.
From just shy of midfield, Love. There's a short one caught by Arroyo. And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in this football game.
1st and 10 at the 41-yard line.
Back to throw now on 1st down. Got a man, it's caught inside the 10. And somewhat of a measure of revenge as he's in for the touchdown, but they still trail big time.
He'll take it, but he won't be able to smile about it. And yeah, that touchdown counts for their team, but I think it counts more for the fantasy guys, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's just something maybe positive to look at on film, but this one's over, let's be honest.
Yeah, I agree with you totally on that.
The extra point splits the uprights, and the lead is down to 24. So despite the huge deficit, they're going to keep fighting. Here comes the onside kick. And it looks like this one won't work out. Ham's team able to secure the football. Now they're down big here in the 4th. They had to try the onside kick. Can't fault them for the effort at least.
No, you can't at all. And if nothing else, now you've put something that you're trying to practice, right, that you've worked on into a game situation, and now you can go back and dissect it. So if you need it again sometime, maybe you'll find a better way to do it. But, yeah, this game's pretty much done for them.
Charles, a lot of happy faces heading into the tunnel as this one ends, and understandably so. Not only did they get the win, but, boy, their offense was on fire in this ball game.
And, partner, I have no idea what the top speed is on one of those high-end sports cars. What's the top gear you can get into? This offense, they certainly were there in this one, huh? Everything clicking for them in this contest, the kind of performance that they're going to cherish.
So for the Bears,
they finished the regular season with another win, their 15th against just 2 losses.
and now they'll have the week off as they get set to go after a Super Bowl title. Meanwhile, for Green Bay,
they're going to kind of bottom out here to wrap up this very forgettable season at 3-14.
And it's fair to say wholesale changes will be forthcoming in the very near future. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports.